Hello everybody, my name is Dee and welcome to Books and Quirks. Today I'm going to be doing my weekly wrap-up. So this is everything that I read last week. So the first thing that I want to talk about, and I really enjoyed everything that I read, I should start with that. But the first book that I want to talk about is The Forgetting by Sharon Cameron. This is another book that Uppercase sent me that really knocked it out of the park for me. I absolutely loved it. I gave it 4.5 stars. And this is a dystopian novel, and it follows two characters mainly. I mean, there are a lot of side characters, but two characters mainly. Nadia is the main female character, and Gray is the main male character. And this is a society that is basically a city enclosed in walls. You know, there are walls around the city, and you're unable to sort of breach the walls. But they have everything they need in the city. You know, everything is well provided for. It's sort of ruled over by a ruling council, and everything in the city is very regulated. You know, there's a bell when everyone wakes up. There's a bell when everyone is, you know, asleep. Everyone is known sort of by their occupation. Nobody has a last name. So Nadia is known as Nadia the dyer's daughter because her mother is, you know, the dyer of, you know, she dyes different things like clothes and things. And that's sort of what they're known by. So, you know, it's, you know, there's Anson the planter, Nadia the dyer's daughter, Gray the glassblower's son, where, you know, his father makes glass. In this society, every 12 years, a phenomenon occurs where, due to this, you don't really find out why this happens until the end, but due to certain things in the environment, everyone forgets, loses all of their memories, loses everything, every memory that they had. So this time every 12 years is called the Forgetting. And, you know, it causes a lot of chaos, a lot of heartbreak, obviously. And Nadia is the only one that actually remembers everything. So she's the only one in her society that kind of knows what happened during the Forgetting and remembers her entire life and the lives of all of those other people around her as well. You know, it's a very tight-knit, small community. And in order to try to find out more about her society, more about the truth, she decides to go over the wall and explore. And through certain events, you know, this boy Gray kind of manipulates her into joining her on this adventure over the wall. I'm not really explaining it very well. It really was such a fun read. It is, as far as I can tell, this is a standalone. I'm not sure if there's going to be a sequel. It did wrap up pretty well, but there is room for a second book if this author really wanted to make a second book. So all in all, I really loved this book. I thought it was well written. I thought it was fast paced. I thought it was super interesting. I was very invested in the characters and I absolutely loved it. And I kind of hope that the author decides to write a second book because as much as I loved this one, I mean, it would just be so much more fun to find out, you know, where these characters end up in that second book. The second book that I finished last week is the first book in the Firebird trilogy, and that is 1,000 Pieces of You by Claudia Gray. You probably saw me mention the second book in my Friday Reads, which I'm currently reading. But this book is about basically parallel universes. This book follows a girl named Marguerite. Her parents were physicists, and her parents were able to break the barrier between other parallel universes. And in the beginning of the book, her father is murdered. We don't know why. We don't know really who did it. And she sort of is forced to take the invention of her father and move through the different universes to try to find an answer and to try to find the killer and possibly even take vengeance. So I loved this book. Oh my God. Like I said, in my Friday reads, this book reminds me so much of Dark Matter, except with younger characters. It very much is a science fiction. It deals with the multiverse. It deals with string theory. So I think that if you enjoy those types of books, I think that you would really enjoy this. But the fun thing about this is that, in each parallel universe, you can see how with one different decision, with one different route taken, how much your life can change. The theory is that in every parallel universe, there's, or in many of them, there's another version of you. There's another version of your parents. There's another version of, other people that you know. But, in other universes, things took sort of a different course. And, I mean, in each parallel universe is so unique and so well researched that if you like science fiction, if you like parallel universe type books, I think that you would really enjoy this. It's really, excellent book. So what I will mention about this book also before I move on to something else is that she gets to meet other versions of the people that she loves also. And, in one part, she even ends up as the Grand Duchess in Tsarist Russia. So I just think that, if you like parallel universes, if you like, things dealing with string theory, if you like history, I think that you would really enjoy this. So I fully enjoyed it. And the last book that I finished this past week was Black Butler by Yana Toboso. This is volume 1. This was my first ever manga. I have to say, it took me a few minutes to get used to it. I've been watching people that read a lot of manga for a while, and I've been wanting to give it a shot. The art is very plain. It's sort of black and white, but it's still very good. So this book follows an aristocratic boy. He's sort of a titan of industry, and he gets into some troubles here and there, and his butler kind of rescues him. His butler is not quite human. I mean, it even says that in the description on the back, so I don't think that's a spoiler. And you don't really know what he is at the beginning. You just know that he's able to do almost anything. He performs his butler duties as any butler would, but he also can do a whole lot of other stuff. He can basically kick anybody's butt. And he gets out of situations that no other human being could possibly get out of. So I really enjoyed this. I have to say, now that I gave it a shot, I think that I will probably read other manga that I've been thinking about but not really sure of, because again, I was nervous. I had never read manga before. So this is the picture of the family, by the way. I had never read manga before, so I was kind of nervous, but now that I've given it a shot and I kind of know what it's about, I think I'll maybe move into some others that I have had my eye on. So that is it. Those are the books that I finished last week. It was only 3, and the manga really only took me about, a couple of hours to get through. So it was another slow reading week for me, and hopefully these pick up soon. But I've been having fun, you know, in November, kind of slowing it down a bit, and you know, just having some time that I can just rest. I didn't I read a lot last weekend, and then I kind of skipped 3 days and didn't read at all. So that's kind of the way my week went. But that is all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye.